close your eyes for a moment and imagine a voice inside you. A voice so clear and so powerful that it guides you toward everything you desire. This is your inner voice, the voice Neville Goddard spoke about, the voice that shapes your reality. Most people go through life unaware of this voice, dismissing it as random thoughts or doubts. But Neville taught that this inner voice is the key to manifesting your dreams. It is the bridge between your imagination and the physical world. When you learn to hear it clearly, you unlock the ability to create the life you want. The first step is to quiet the noise around you and listen deeply. Your inner voice is always speaking, but are you paying attention? Neville Goddard believed that your inner voice is not just a whisper, but a creative force. Every thought you entertain, every word you repeat in your mind, is a seed planted in the garden of your reality. If you constantly hear doubts like, I can't do this, or this won't work, you are programming your life to reflect those beliefs. But if you shift that inner dialogue to, I am capable, or success is mine, you change your destiny. The inner voice is not passive. It is always working, always creating. The question is, what is it creating for you right now? Are you guiding it? Or is it running on autopilot based on old fears? Your inner voice is not some mystical concept reserved for gurus or enlightened beings. It is your constant companion, the silent narrator of your life. Neville taught that this voice is God within you, the creative power that brings your assumptions to life. If you assume you are unlucky, your inner voice reinforces that belief, and your experiences will match it. But if you assume you are blessed, your inner voice aligns with that truth, and opportunities appear. The key is to consciously direct this voice instead of letting it repeat old, limiting stories. You are the author of your inner dialogue. What story are you writing? Many people think the inner voice is just their logical mind analyzing situations, but Neville Goddard said it goes deeper than that. Your inner voice is your subconscious mind speaking. The part of you that doesn't argue, but accepts whatever you impress upon it. If you keep telling yourself, money is hard to get, your subconscious believes it and attracts struggle. But if you affirm, wealth flows to me easily, your subconscious accepts that as truth and finds ways to make it real. The inner voice is not just words. It is the vibration of your beliefs. Change the words, and you change your life. Have you ever noticed how your inner voice reacts to your desires? If you say, I want to be successful, but inside you hear, who are you kidding? That disconnect is why your desires don't manifest. Neville Goddard taught that your inner voice must be in harmony with your goals. If there's resistance, you must reprogram it. Start by speaking to yourself as if your desire is already true. Instead of, I hope I find love, say, I am loved. Instead of, I wish I were confident, say, I am confident. Your inner voice doesn't understand time. It only knows the present. Speak from the end, and your reality will follow. Silence is where your inner voice speaks loudest. In the chaos of daily life, it's hard to hear, but in moments of stillness, it becomes clear. Neville Goddard emphasized meditation and visualization as tools to connect with this voice. When you sit quietly and imagine your desired reality, you are training your inner voice to align with that vision. The more vividly you feel it, the stronger the voice becomes. This is not wishful thinking. It is conscious creation. Your inner voice is the architect of your future. What blueprints are you giving it? Doubt is the enemy of your inner voice. When you doubt, you create static in the signal between your imagination and your reality. Neville taught that faith is the antidote to doubt. Faith is not blind belief. It is knowing that your inner voice is always working, even when you don't see results yet. If you plant a seed, you don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You trust the process. Your desires are the same. Speak to yourself with conviction, and your inner voice will carry that certainty into the world. Doubt delays, but faith delivers. Your inner voice is shaped by what you feed it. If you consume negativity, fearful news, toxic conversations, self-critical thoughts, your inner voice will echo that energy. Neville Goddard warned against letting external influences dominate your mind. Protect your inner dialogue like a sacred garden. Fill it with empowering words, inspiring stories, and visions of your success. The more you nourish it with positivity, the more it will reflect back to you in your experiences. Your inner voice is a mirror. What do you want it to reflect? Repetition is the language of the subconscious, and your inner voice responds to it. Neville taught that affirmations work not because of magic, but because repetition rewires your beliefs. If you say, "I am abundant," every day, even if you don't feel it first, your inner voice starts to believe it. Over time, your actions align with that belief, and abundance follows. The inner voice doesn't distinguish between true and false. It only knows what you repeat. So repeat what you want to be true until it becomes your reality. Your inner voice is always in conversation with the universe. Neville Goddard said that imagination creates reality, and your inner voice is the messenger of your imagination. When you imagine vividly, your inner voice amplifies that vision, sending it out as a request to the universe. The universe then responds by arranging circumstances to match your dominant thoughts. This is why negative thinkers attract more problems and positive thinkers attract opportunities. Your inner voice is the translator between your mind and the cosmos. What messages are you sending? Fear is just a distorted inner voice. Neville taught that fear is imagination misused. When you worry, you are using your creative power to visualize the worst-case scenario. Your inner voice then works to make that fear real. But you can flip it. Instead of fearing failure, imagine success so vividly that fear has no room to grow. Your inner voice follows your focus. Where you direct your attention, it follows. So direct it toward what you want, not what you fear. Your inner voice is your personal guide, but it can only work with what you give it. Neville Goddard said that you must define your desire clearly. Vagueness creates weak results. If you say, "I want to be happy," what does that mean? Happiness to you might be different for someone else. Be specific. "I am happily married to my soulmate. I am financially free, earning $10,000 a month." The clearer you are, the clearer your inner voice can guide you. Precision is power. The inner voice thrives in gratitude. Neville taught that gratitude accelerates manifestation because it signals to your subconscious that you already have what you desire. When you say, "Thank you for my perfect health," your inner voice accepts it as fact and works to make it real. Gratitude is not just politeness. It is a magnetic force that draws more blessings to you. The more you thank your inner voice for its guidance, the more guidance it gives. Neville Goddard said that you are the operant power in your life. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are the creator of them. When you take full responsibility for your inner dialogue, you take control of your destiny. Stop blaming outside forces for your struggles. Your inner voice is the source of your power. Use it wisely. The inner voice is persistent. Neville warned that old beliefs might resurface, trying to pull you back into doubt. But persistence is key. If you catch yourself thinking, "This isn't working," replace it with, "It is working," and "I see the evidence every day." Your inner voice will eventually surrender to your new story. Consistency rewires your subconscious. Give it time. Your inner voice is your best advisor. Neville taught that you don't need external validation when you trust your inner guidance. If something feels right, it is right for you. If it feels off, walk away. The more you listen, the stronger your intuition becomes. The answers you seek are already within you. The inner voice is timeless. Neville said that all possibilities exist now. Your desired reality is already here in your imagination. When you speak from that place, "I am," not "I will be," your inner voice collapses time and brings it into your present. The future is just a reflection of your current inner dialogue. Your inner voice is love. Neville taught that love is the ultimate creative force. When you speak to yourself with love, your inner voice mirrors that love back into your life. Self-criticism creates a harsh reality, but self-love creates miracles. Be kind to yourself and watch your world transform. The journey to mastering your inner voice begins now. Neville Goddard's teachings remind us that we are always creating, whether we realize it or not. Your inner voice is the scriptwriter of your life. Edit it with care. Speak only what you wish to experience. The universe is listening.